Good morning. All right, reaching for my notes here. You all might hear the kids in the background. It is raining, so yeah, behaviors, they're stuck inside. Anywho, this video is it's actually been one that's it's been a long time coming. I just had to meditate, get my notes down, my thoughts in order, and I had actually touched upon some of this last August. I will link that video. It was called Homeschooling with YouTube, and very valuable information, valuable, as well as this one. This video is actually going to be a two-part because there's two aspects to this. Something that I have been thinking about for a long time. I've had many conversations with friends as well, and the things that I am going to share are things that we have discussed and, took note of and applied what I'm sharing effectively. So I want to share because I actually wanted to get this up before this month because I know this is the time when everybody starts. There are a lot of new homeschool families to the community this year. So a lot of people may have missed last year's video. There are a lot of people that are joining. There are a lot of people that may be joining next year. If you have, toddlers and you're just thinking, this is information for you, as well as us veteran homeschool moms. Okay. So how to use YouTube homeschool community effectively. The first thing I want to share is when you're watching videos, do not take that information at face value. Do your own research. Every family is unique, as well as their reasons for homeschooling. Pay very close attention to any channels you watch to find ideas. Oftentimes, people present curriculum or material, but never come back to show work in action or update how the curriculum or materials worked. Many times the curriculum are abandoned early on, but they don't tell the how or the why. Also, many don't disclose if the children are special needs. Example, if they're autistic, if they have behavior issues, learning issues, if they're ADHD, etc., etc. And those are all the reasons that many parents decide to homeschool if their child has been in public school. These things are important factors. They may have catered that material for that child and you don't get that because the info is not disclosed. But you decide that it all looks good and it sounds good the way it's presented, so you go buy it. Wrong. That may blow up in your face down to the plan that they share because it's unique. Not saying that it's wrong, but it is unique to their specific family. Okay? Some people may school 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Some people school 9 months. Some people school year round. So all those things are important. And if you just decide to watch one person's video and watch one video and you take all these ideas, well, you just missed a lot because you don't know what happened in the past. Do your research. Go back and follow them. Catch up and watch, all of them so that you can fill in the bits and pieces. Make sure you closely follow someone's journey to pick up on important details that aren't discussed. Also, the vlogger should teach material and the results should be shown through their updates. The progress should be evident. Okay, so many will show amazing material and curriculums and plans only to fail the progressive results. You yourself can tell if something is superficial or seems superficial. Okay, so when you see someone sharing a weekend review or weekend a life or something like that, or they're showing you their workbox videos, which I'm not going to get into because I've already done a video on that. That'll be another one. That material, that work that they're showing you, that they have set aside, okay, a lot of it may be accomplished, a lot of it may not, okay, but when they present it, you kind of get that feel for, okay, this is what they're doing, and you run with it. But they don't come back and say, well, we didn't do this, we didn't get to this, the child didn't like it, the child didn't understand it, I had to recater it. But in that first initial presentation, it's what they're doing, and that's the impact, okay, that first initial presentation. So you need to make sure that you are watching the channels that are consistent with their deliveries, okay. Not every homeschool channel or mom is consistent, okay, and not it's kind of it's a trial and error thing. I'm going to get into that. It's a trial and error, and they may not realize it, okay. This is something that I had to come into my own, and as well as the other mothers that I've shared this with, they had to come into their own. And that's why I said we effectively applied this information here so that we can deliver adequate videos, okay. Let's see. So you know, it's the videos are really for show, not to help anyone. That may be fine for some, however, the vlogger should disclose that they're just doing it for show, and you know, that's it. They don't plan on updating anything. Many viewers, especially new to the community, are just getting a feel and do not realize said circumstances apply. We should all be here collectively to help one another along our journeys, not to hinder. And yes, sometimes hindrance is unintentional or oversight, but at the same time, seasoned homeschool moms do pick up on these things. Your objective when using a channel as a guide is to look for consistency. Again, consistency throughout their teachings and their doings. Whether they're sharing on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or whatever, you should see a consistent pattern. Okay, they will tell you that they've tweaked things, that they've abandoned things, that they didn't work, why they didn't work. If you don't see any of that in these videos, those are not channels that are going to be effective in helping you on your journey here, okay? Not saying that they're not, you know, fun and, you know, something to watch. You want to support everybody, but if you are here to look for help and guidance and understanding, then you need to watch the most effective videos that you can to start, okay? On the same token, those that present on their channel should be complete, comprehensive, and consistent as possible. Oftentimes, the things that you address, that you don't address, are the most important. You have an audience that is quote unquote dependent upon you, okay? Whether you realize it or not, you see that through your comments. You know who is consistently following you, and you know, you communicate with these people, and you know, they look to you for ideas and inspirations. I get all the time, so I pay attention to what you all are asking, what you request, and I try to meet those needs if I haven't already, okay? If I need to go back and reiterate, re-explain, I will definitely do that, because I'm here to help. I like to fill that void, that gap, so that there's nothing missing, because it you know, the community, just homeschooling in general is it can be difficult. It can be a difficult journey, but it can be as easy as you want it to be, okay? There is a level of responsibility and expectations when delivering a message. Okay, so when you turn on your camera to, you know, come before the world and vlog your homeschool day, your experience, your rant, be mindful of the viewers and the responsibility. Okay, I am. If you all have followed me, you know I am very transparent. I do not edit anything. I feel that it's unnecessary, and I watch a lot of videos and I can tell the edits. I'm not saying that's wrong, but there are things that you leave out and that you should share those things. Okay, there are days that I share that the kids may be seem like they are having a meltdown. Okay, minor meltdown. In fact, I have one to share of yesterday. Very minor, very minor. I will not turn on the camera if it's just an all-out, meltdown kind of day. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to show you how I handle in that situation, because those are, again, also things that will help people. I see it all the time. How do you homeschool when you don't feel like it? How do you homeschool when you're sick? How do you homeschool when the child is resistant? And those are the types of things that you want to look out for when you're finding a specific channel, a homeschool mom that you gravitate towards. You want to look for those things. They should be able to deliver those things effectively. Okay. It's not to make anybody, look bad, or, to show up anybody or things like that. These are just things that are to help. I was also going to mention that prayer plays an important role. Every day I start in prayer. I wake up before the children and I pray over lesson plans. I pray over the schoolroom. I pray over the curriculum. I even pray when I sit down to watch homeschool videos. That the message I receive is pertinent, and that, the family, if they're going through a struggle, if they're having burnout or what have you, that it is all resolved. I pray for them. That's something that will keep you on the up and up. No curriculum, no how to homeschool books, no any of that. Prayer should be your main guide. Okay. Part 2. There's a whole nother side that I haven't talked about. Okay. Halls and homeschool rooms. Okay. I touched on it in the video in August. I also included a couple of prayers. I'm going to include that actual clip from that video in part 2. But I encourage you all to go and watch that video, Homeschooling with YouTube. Like I said, I will link it. I also encourage you to dialogue with me in the comments. I really appreciate the feedback. I appreciate interacting with all of you. I enjoy helping, being of help. All of the private messages, the direct messages, the emails and such lets me know that I am an inspiration. I'm a help, to many of you. That is more than I had ever expected when I started sharing homeschool videos. I didn't come on sharing homeschool videos. I didn't come on YouTube doing that. But that is a part of my life in raising a large family. So I really appreciate that. I have connected with many of you, as well as others have connected with many. And that's how it should be. We're, should be a cohesive group that we can turn to and say, hey, I'm having a moment. I need some help. I need some guidance. I need some understanding, because a lot of times when you see things, you're blindsided. You see the bad before you see the good, and that's where your faith has slipped. Put your faith back in the Most High. Okay? That's the first thing. Put your faith back. Let Him be your guide, and everything will work itself out. But you may need to call somebody. You may need to turn on somebody's video. It may be an old video. Those are the ones I encourage, because those are the good ones. I can look back on many, messages, and I watched them myself, my own messages, because there was some information I may have forgotten that I mentioned, and I'm like, wow, I said that, I go back and watch many people's, videos from years ago, because homeschooling community was quite different then. And I'm just going to leave that at that. Stay tuned to part 2. And like I said, there's another part to using the homeschooling community effectively, and also becoming a part of the community. So how to start a channel. There are things that need to be, it's kind of protocol when you come on and start a YouTube channel, that need to be taken into account. So I would like to share those things, and hopefully those little tidbits are helpful. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up, comment. If this is your first time watching, please subscribe so you don't miss out. Enjoy your day.